We are in this shit. Okay, so funny fucking stories. I'm not going to go over the whole story because I feel like I was streaming a while back, well over a year ago, and I was making content and I was trying to just talk about my feelings, and this just kind of ruined the whole fucking experience of shit that happened in my past, you know, me wanting to talk about how I feel. But anyways, the funny part of all of this story, this little story that I want to tell you guys about, is because fire song, bro. Anyways, so I had a altercation. Actually, I don't know if that's the right word. Hold on. A noisy argument or disagreement, especially in public. Okay, yeah, I would say an altercation. Altercation. I had an altercation with an individual, well over a year ago. That ended in, and listen, I don't want to put the blame on just him because I don't want to give, I don't want to give this much credit to this person because they're really not worth that much. But me saying that they were definitely the fucking front man, like the front man. They were the front man from like Squid Games of this whole operation, right? They are the person that I can confidently say with 110% of my fucking soul got me fired from my old job that I've never really recovered from, that had me making good pay and was, paying for my livelihood. So they were the front man of getting me fired. They were spreading a bunch of false rumors about things that I had said about other people, including the friend group that I had at the time. They were spreading false rumors about shit that I was doing at work, which was just not true. And if you guys know me, you know that I fucking put in the time and effort wherever I work. So explaining all of that, this motherfucker literally fucked my entire life over, right? That's why when you hear your parents say, be careful who you hang around, they're not fucking lying. Be careful who the fuck you hang around, because they could be the biggest fucking pussiest snakes. And I've been sinking. I haven't even been soaking on this. Like, it has left my mind. I've been living my life. It's not been great. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, jumping from this many different jobs in less than a year has been really rough on me. But, nonetheless, I continue on. I continue on. But in saying all of that, I have had no contact with this individual for the entire past year and a half. Because obviously, why the fuck would I want anything to do with them? They fucked me over, right? They fucked me over. They fucked me, right? They fucked me over. So why would I want anything to do with that, right? Out of fucking nowhere today. Out of fucking nowhere, right? I'm doing my usual shit. I'm uploading a YouTube video, which, by the way, if you guys haven't seen that, if you are a live viewer, new YouTube video on the channel today. I was in the middle of making a reel/TikTok, and out of fucking nowhere, Buddy DMs me on TikTok. I have his number blocked, so like he can't message me on my phone. Thank God. Buddy texts me on TikTok DMs, and doesn't even make sense too. That's another thing that makes sense. The message said, "Damn, bro," and videos ? And then also led that with, "You trying to sit down and talk this out?" Or something like trying to make it sound like we have a problem or something. Brother, I have not spoken to you in over a year and a half. I don't miss you. You literally took me, bent me over, and fucked me royally. Why would I want anything to do with you? So then I immediately blocked them on TikTok because I don't want anything to do with them, right? And then the buddy goes to Messenger, which I didn't even fucking know this was possible, right? And I did make a new Facebook, so that doesn't make sense, because I did have them blocked on Facebook, but I made another Facebook in the middle of that so that I just get a grand reset. Buddy looked me up on Messenger and messaged me, "Coward." Bitch, coward. Coward what? You got me fired from a job that I had worked fucking 3 years in to get a good paying job and something that I like to do. Why the fuck would I want to talk to you? Like, are we okay up here? Are we okay up here? Are we good in the head? I want to know your opinions, right? If somebody purposely lied on your name, lied to who you thought were your friends in your circle, right? Lied to them and said that you said a bunch of this heinous shit, right? They were just, very well known for doing this, but for some reason, everybody believed him. Why the fuck, after a year and a half of not having you in my life, which, don't have my old good job, but it's been a lot more peaceful, just being honest. Like, would you want that in your life? No sane human would want that type of energy in their life, right? And then you wait a year and a half to message me, and it's not even like, if his true intentions are to like try to be friends, which is never gonna happen, wouldn't you kind of want to start the message with like, "Hey, so I wanted to say this," right? Not, "Damn, bro, videos and shit. You trying to talk to salt like men?" We weren't being adults or whatever, right? Were you also acting like an adult when you fucking told a bunch of false shit about me to my boss back then, just because you had a disagreement with me? That's gentleman-like, right? Oh, and then also telling everybody that I thought I was super, super close with, that I said a bunch of heinous shit about them when I never fucking said anything close to that. Right, that's gentleman-like, right? That's gentleman-like, right? Fuck off! That's what I have to say about that, all right? I think, like, I don't think people understand, too, like, old people that knew me from, like, a year and a half ago, I genuinely, because of the job that I was in, like, I had a job where I worked around a lot of, like, younger people. I wouldn't say, like, kids, but, like, they were young adults. I would consider them young adults. Like, they knew what the fuck they were doing. They knew right and wrong. I cared about how I presented myself in the way that I wanted to be the change that I wanted to see in the world, right? I don't give a fuck about none of that now, bro. I don't give a fuck. I will not wash my mouth. I will not, like, and I'm not saying that in a dumb, ignorant, like, punk way. I'm not saying that, like, I'm gonna go out and tell people to go fuck themselves or something. But, like, dude, like, if somebody does some fuck ass shit, I'm calling you out on it immediately. I'm not sitting on it. I'm not stewing on it. I'm not asking anybody for their opinion. I'm gonna be like, dude, if you said this about this person, you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. You need to apologize and not say stupid shit like that. I used to, like, sit and stew on it and be like, how should I approach it? Fuck you. That's how I am now. Like, because I don't have anything else to lose, you know? Like, you get to a point where, like, you have genuinely nothing else to lose. So, like, what's the worst that's gonna happen if you say how you truly feel, right? How you truly feel. What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? I don't have any friends. I have Mackenzie, and that's good enough. That's kind of like a, you know, Kenzie's kind of like a dope ass fucking, like, seal of approval. I may never have friends, but I'll always have Kenzie, but, like, not in the cringy, like, young relationship type of way where it's like I can say whatever I want. She'll support everything I said. So Kenzie has adopted the same ideology as me. It's like, if I say something fucked up, Kenzie's like, yo, you're kind of fucked up for saying that. And then I'll be like, okay, I'll take a step back, whatever. All the people that I thought were my friends in the past year just are incapable of doing that. They're incapable of forming opinions by themselves. They have to live their friendships through other friendships, if that makes sense. So, like, if somebody says, oh, Brendan fucking stinks real bad, right? But they don't actually smell me being bad, or, like, this is a bad example, but if somebody says Brendan smells like shit, right? But I don't actually smell like shit, they're still gonna think that I smell like shit, and I can physically smell good or not have any scent when I'm around them, but just because somebody else told them that I smell like shit, they're like, ew, you fucking smell like shit. That's the type of fucking people that I was friends with. So, but I just had to explain that story because it was crazy. It was crazy. Out of fucking left field today, I'm in the middle of editing a video on my fucking PC, and I get a message from this fucking fuck-ass clown, and I'm like, what the fuck do you want, bro? Like, genuinely, what do you want? What are you gaining from this? Nothing. Or is your life still so boring after a year and a half that you have to come fuck with somebody that you already fucked to the maximum potential that I will allow you, right? And then say, oh, you're a coward. Call me whatever you want. You know, if me securing my livelihood and having a fucking place to, you know, live because I need to make money to pay rent, I'm a coward all you want, brother. Because if I lived by your standards, I would be literally homeless, living inside of my car until it got repossessed, and then I would be living on the streets. So, yeah, if that makes me a coward, I'm a fucking coward, baby. All right, I just had to rant and get that out, bro. Holy fuck. And I got this fucking message and shit. I got this motherfucker stalking me. Turn it in!